Evening VC, Dave here. This is going to be a contest entry to Rob at SoundsStrange. 500 subs. I believe I was sub number 2. I have watched every single one of Rob's videos, front to back, since he started. And I feel like an utter ass that I am going to butcher this contest. But that's alright. We're going to power through, do the best I can. That's all you can ask. It's a pandemic. Alright. If you don't know Rob's channel, highly recommend it. Not going to lie, when I first just ran across it, it got put in my feed and I immediately watched. And all I could think of was the name of the channel is fitting. It's strange. But man, the intelligence of the man draws you in, and you go from there. And it's like getting a free PhD in history. It's fantastic. These questions are difficult. The first 5 are to kind of cover the ethos of his channel. So question 1 is to show a record with a literary connection. This one came immediately to mind, and that is, and maybe not one many would think of, that's Radiohead OK Computer. And this is the triple blue vinyl 20th anniversary pressing, which is fantastic. It has all the extra unreleased cuts. But track 4, Exit Music for a Film, is based on Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. So there you have your literary connection. This can also be used for question 2, a record with an artistic connection. Stanley Donwood is a British artist, and I couldn't remember his name the other day when I was showing a Radiohead record. He does all their artwork, and it's some of my favorite on records. It's phenomenal. Obviously, as you can see, I'll show some more of the artwork. This is like a double gatefold. It's crazy. Just amazing. And he's not even into music. They've interviewed the guy. It's kind of funny, but I think he said he doesn't even own any Radiohead records or something like that. It was crazy, but yeah, Stanley Donwood artwork is unbelievable, and yeah, there's always a lot of controversy around that band. People love them or hate them, or love the guitar period and hate the electronic, and vice versa. Hell, Rob, you might even think they're rubbish altogether. I can't remember your view on them, but that's a record that changed my life, for sure. Hearing that, it's a top 5 for me. It's you know, since the Beatles, there hasn't been much come along to kind of take the world by storm in one fell swoop, and that record did. That record took the world by storm, and there's a movie about it. It's called Meeting People Is Easy, a film by Grant G about Radiohead. Highly recommend watching this film. It'll give you a different perspective on the band, what they had to go through, just the amount of time to set aside with the media during that tour. It's mind-boggling. I just remember Tom York in this elevator, I think in Japan, just talking to himself, just going, tower lobby floor, tower lobby floor. This is great. Alright, also going to show this record along with question 2, a record with an artistic connection. One that I got is VCLT from Alex, Motor 247. Steve Lacy, The Forest and the Zoo. This artwork is from Bob Thompson in 1963. It's just fantastic. And the photograph on the back of the group. Here, they were in Argentina at the time. This was a live date that was recorded the Instituto di Tela, Centro de Experimentación Audiovisual, Buenos Aires. That's my failed attempt to properly pronunciate that. Rob would have done a much better job. Obviously, if you watch his channel, you definitely know that. This is a fantastic album and introduced me to a lot of musicians like Enrico Rava on trumpet, Johnny Diani on bass, and Louis Maholo on the drums. Now I need to find everything from those musicians. Fantastic free jazz, avant, experimental record. Side A and side B are side-long pieces, Forest and the Zoo. ESP disc originally, this is a bass record in Italy, reissue. So, alright. Now to show question 3, a record with a historical connection. And somebody told me I need to show this whenever I can. Maybe it was Sherv. I think it was him. The Bird Blows the Blues from Charlie Parker, the Dial 901A. The first ever jazz record pressed to 33 1/3. I'm only the second owner of this record in its 70-year life. This was released, this particular copy, in 1950. There was a short run in 1949 to test out the 33 1/3 format by Dial, and it was mail order only. It went so well that they decided to go ahead and start pressing these, and this was one of those presses. Fantastic, Charlie. And Charlie Parker's celebrating his centennial, I believe that's what it is, 100 years. So this is a very historic piece. It moved the record industry forward to where we are now, really, 70 years later. I believe Fred Cohen, Jazz Record Center in New York's got one of the first from 49, that test run. There's only, I think, maybe 10 known to exist in the world left. Amazing. All right. Next question, number 4. Show a record not sung in English. So this album that came out, I forget the year now, but Dentro de la Luz from Standstill. This came out in 2013, 2014, around there. And this is an amazing box form that they did this double record in, and it opens like this, and it's got the CD that comes with it as well, and beautiful insert. Words, and the words are in Catalan. And this is when the band changed for the third time their sound. They initially started out back in the day as a hardcore band, hardcore emo band, singing in English. They eventually switched over to singing in Catalan, and it just got better and better, and it was still guitar driven, and now this is more acoustic based, Spanish folk. I did get to see them front row center in Barcelona on their final tour, which was for this album, at Primavera Sound. Most amazing experience of my life. Highly recommended, especially if you're in Spain. That's a necessity. Next record, show a record which taught me something. Easily this record here is another huge one in my life. Helmet, In the Meantime. I'm from New York, and the New York heavy scene. This is what, 92. Amphetamine Reptile is an original press. Not that easy to find anymore. And track 4, Unsung, first song I ever learned to play on guitar, and ended up just a few years later in a band, so playing rhythm guitar. Just Page Hamilton, just nothing but groove, heavy groove. So those are the 5 easy questions. Now we got 5 questions that are specific to Rob, and this is okay, damn it. All right. Question 1: favorite film and another soundtrack from the same year that are in Rob's collection. Completely blanked. I was thinking in my head I had this one classical piece that you described that has been redone over the years a bunch of times, but that doesn't fit. It's not from a film, or I don't know why that came to mind. But question 2 was 2 albums from the month and year you were born. I know we're almost the same age. I was born in 73. I want to say you're either born in 72 or 74. I usually always choose wrong, so I'm going to go with 72 and show 2 records from 72. Harvest by Neil Young. Not much needs to be said about that. And Ornette Coleman, Crisis, which is, you have the Bill of Rights there being burned. This is very significant to what's going on television tonight with the debate between a mobster and a dementia patient. Yeah, promo copy not for sale. Fantastic live performance from Ornette Coleman, Don Cherry, Dewey Redman, Charlie Hayden. All right, and then you have the next question. The 2 classical artists you have the most records of in your collection. Man, you showed a lot of Boulez. I just couldn't think of, and they have to start with the same letter, and I couldn't think of who would go with Boulez other than Bach, and I was like, I don't think you'd have all that much Bach. So I want to stick with Boulez and Bach, but I'm going to go with the popular pick of Stravinsky and Shostakovich. I knew you had a lot of Stravinsky, but yeah, give me a half point. All right. For an album that inspired you to play guitar, and if it's not this, god damn it, it should have been Frank Zappa, Hot Rats. Yeah. And I just want to hear your story about Frank Zappa, Hot Rats again. That's why I'm showing it for real, not because of the question. And then the last question, the artist and songs of the 5 songs you jammed on the guitar. That would be Paul Weller, but I can't break down every individual song. That's my entry. I hope everybody's well. Peace.